this is your Kalpana here. In this video, we are going to see what is left hand limit, right hand limit and limit of a function from differential calculus. So let's start with limit of a function. Limit of a function. Let f be a function of a real variable x. Let C, L be C, L are two fixed numbers. If f of x approaches to value L as x approaches to C, then L is the limit of the function f of x as x tends to C. Okay. So what is limit of a function? Let f be a function of a real variable x. So here f of x is our function where x is a real variable. Let C and L, you can take C and L or A and L. C, L or A, L are two fixed numbers. So C and L are numbers, fixed numbers. Okay. If f of x approaches to value L, that is f of x approaches value L as x approaches to C, C or A you can say. Okay. Then L is a limit of a function f of x as x tends to C. Okay. Whenever x approaches to C, f of x approaches to L. So this is a limit of a function. So this can be written as, or this is written as limit, L-I-M. You can write L-I-M or L-T. Okay. Limit as x tends to C, f of x equals to L. Okay. So this is a limit of a function. Otherwise, we can simply say as, we say limit x tends to A, f of x equals to L, whenever f of x tends to L as x tends to A. So here A is our fixed point. Okay. Suppose you have x and f of x. Take values for x. Say 1, 2, 3 and let f of x equals to some x square plus 4. Then you'll get, when x equals to 1, you'll get 1 square plus 4 equals to 5. When x equals to 2, 2 square plus 4 equals to 2 square is 4, 4 plus 4 is 8. 3 square plus 4, 9 plus 4 equals to 13. Right? When x tends to 3, as x tends to 3, f of x tends to 13. Okay. So we can write it as limit x tends to 3, f of x equals to 13. So here our function is x square plus 4. Okay. As x tends to 3, you'll get f of x is 13. Okay. Suppose they may ask when you'll get 13 for f of x when you take values of x as 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay. So this is an example. Now coming to left hand and right hand limits. Left hand limit. Okay. Before going to this, we know that we define f of x as x approaches to C or A. Okay, some fixed number. Okay. So we can say that f of x takes the values when x is very close to C. Okay. We consider values of f of x when x is very close to C. What does it mean? Suppose consider a real line. Let this be a point C or number C. Say number C. Very close to C. So the numbers which exist, the left side of C and right side of C are very close to C, right? The numbers that exist left side of C, let it be C minus 0, some C minus 1, C minus 2 and so on. And the numbers which are right side, that is greater than C, right? C plus 0, C plus 1, C plus 2 and so on. Okay. So, coming to left hand limit. When x takes only values less than C. Only values less than C. That is, these are the values less than C. Okay? Good. So we say it as, we say that x tends to C, x tends to C from left. X tends to C from left. That is, from c minus 2 and then it approaches to c. Okay. First it comes at c minus 2, then c minus 1, c minus 0 and finally at last it approaches to c. So from left. From left. Or we can say from below. This is written symbolically as limit x tends to, as x tends to c minus 0 or x tends to c minus. Okay. So, the limit of f with this restriction on x is called left hand limit. Okay. So we can write it as L of f of c, since you have given number, fixed number c, right? So I'm taking L of f of c equals to limit x tends to c minus f of x. Okay. So this is your left hand limit. Good. Now while coming to right hand limit. When x takes values greater than c. Greater than c. So these are the values which are greater than c. Okay. We say that x tends to c. X tends to c from right. From right, or we can say from above. From right. Okay. From right. That is, first it comes to c plus 2 and then c plus 1 and then c plus 0. And finally it approaches to c. Okay. So this is written symbolically as x tends to c plus 0 or x tends to c plus. The limit of function or f with this restriction on x is called right hand limit. Right hand limit. That is capital R f of c is equals to limit as x tends to c plus f of x. So this is your right hand limit. Okay. Simply left means it approaches from left and right means it approaches from right. Finally, it approaches to c. It can be c minus and it will be c minus and c plus. C minus for left hand limit and c plus for right hand limit. Okay. Now, we'll see one-sided limits. One-sided limits. Okay. So, left hand limits, left hand, or you can say left and right hand limits are called one-sided limits. One-sided limits. Is that simple? Okay. So now we'll see existence of limit. Existence of limit. We can say that limit x tends to c f of x exists only when both L of f of c and R of f of c exists. Is nothing but limit x tends to c f of x equals to L of f of c. It can be written as, it is written as limit x tends to c minus f of x equals to right hand limit x tends to c plus f of x. Okay. So this limit exists only when left hand limit and right hand limit exists. Okay. Therefore, L of f of c. Sorry, L into f of c equals to R into f of c equals to limit x tends to c f of x. Okay, fine. In this video, we have seen what is limit of a function, left hand limit, right hand limit and one-sided limits and existence of limit. Hope you will understand. If you have any doubts, just leave your comment. See you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.